believe in ghosts? Do you? On the night of September 8, 1914, a group of officers of the French High Command gathered about the long table in the Paris headquarters of Marshal Joffre. 22 miles to the east, von Kluck's Prussian divisions were closing in relentlessly on the horizon blue lines of General Manoury's battle-broken poilus. Cannon fire burned crimson against the walls of Paris, crimson as the blood-red waters of the Marne, and through the streets of Paris the dull thunder of guns tolled a requiem for the laughter that had been France. The hour was late. At a sign from the marshal, the officers wearily pushed their maps from them and rose to depart. Gentlemen, as one, they turned back to face the sea-blue eyes that blazed out at them from under the shaggy crest of silver hair. The marshal spoke. Gentlemen, Marcy and Chambre have become the tombs of our reserve divisions. The iron fist of Germany beats on the gates of Paris. The destiny of France is at stake. The hour has come to hold at all costs and allow ourselves to be slain rather than give way. Good night, gentlemen. General Gallieni, military governor of Paris, leaned on the balustrade of the balcony off his drawing room and looked down upon a midnight sleeping city. His Paris, his beloved city. If Manoury's thin lines crumbled, that mysterious, lovely, dreaming city, the altar of every Frenchman's heart, would be no more. Oh no, Paris must be saved. A way must be found now, tonight. And the task was his, Gallieni's. Troops, munitions, transportation. Above all, transportation. Impossible. Distraught, he flung open the French doors and strode back into his drawing room. The problem must be settled some way, at once. His maps. Then he stopped short. In a circle of light, the slim figure of a girl leaned across his desk, an intent forefinger tracing the red-lined battle advances on his maps. What are you doing? Gallieni's voice was like the crack of a rifle. Slowly, the girl straightened and turned toward him. In the candlelight, he saw a straight, slender figure, dressed in brown homespun, neck demurely high. But it was her eyes that caught his attention. Soft, wide eyes, visionary eyes that seemed to see Gallieni and beyond him. Oh, I was but studying the battle lines to see how fares it with our soldiers, mon général. How do you happen to be here at this hour of the night? I came to bring you a basket of grapes, mon général. See? Some gentle, understanding quality in her voice reassured the general, and he crossed a few steps toward her. Ah, yes. Yes, you are the peasant girl of whom the concierge spoke. Where are you from, my girl? From Domremy, sir. Oh, Domremy. Out of Lorraine. What says the old legend? Beside the lady's tree shall come a maid. That is an old story. Place the grapes on the table there and be off to bed with you. As Gallieni sank into the chair behind the desk, the girl remained standing opposite him, her eyes still full upon him. Through the stillness of the room came the muffled reverberations of the guns. It was the girl who broke the silence. You are sad, mon général. Sad? I worried, near maddened. Paris is doomed. Without knowing why, the general turned the map toward this wide-eyed girl standing there in the shadows and laid one long finger on the thin, red line along the bank of the River Ork. See, that is Manoury's front line. Opposite there is von Kluck's line of advance. The entire bulk of the German army is massed against our troops at this point. For 3 days it has been so. Our losses have been terrific. If that red line breaks, God help Paris. The Germans will be singing in her streets within 5 hours, and then, God help France. The girl leaned forward until her face again was in the circle of light. The eyes, once soft, now blazed with a wild fervor. Ah, but mon général, it must not be. It shall not be. Paris, France, must be saved. Easily spoken, my girl. Unless Manoury receives reinforcements tonight, fresh troops, he cannot possibly hold on. But, General, are there no more reserves? And if there were, what would it matter? Unless they could enter the lines tonight before dawn, it would be too late. Our rail lines have been destroyed by cannon fire. We have no trucks. And Gallieni rose with a gesture of despair and crossed again to the tall windows. Quickly, noiselessly, the slender figure joined him there. Listen, mon général. Troops can be transported to Manoury's lines. Ha, 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 my child. And tonight. Hark, General. What is that noise in the streets below? Why, nothing. A taxicab. Yes, a taxicab, mon général. In Paris there are thousands such. Thousands, General Gallieni. Muster them, load them with men. There still are roads to Manoury's side. Impossible, my child. Oh, no, General. Nothing is impossible when the life of France is at stake. But you must act now. Stricken Paris lifts her naked arms to the undying fleur-de-lis, glowing golden above the ruddy waters of the Marne. The hour has struck for you, Gallieni. Nothing is impossible. Slowly, wonderingly, Gallieni turned toward the girl. The room was empty. An aide halted smartly before the general's desk and came to a salute. Gallieni looked up at him, a faint smile playing about the corners of his mouth. Colonel, the 62nd Division disembarked in Paris tonight. It moves to the front, to Manoury's lines, immediately. Why, surely the general jests. Why, sir, we have no means of transportation. There are 9,000 taxicabs in Paris, Colonel. Taxicabs? This is not silk hats in the opera, General Gallieni. This is war. The 62nd Division moves to Manoury's side tonight in taxicabs. For a long time after the aide had gone, General Gallieni sat at his desk, his head buried in his arms. The girl, her eyes, the fervor of that wild appeal, her sudden disappearance. And like a red curtain behind his racing thoughts, hung that solemn dirge of sound from the pounding guns. There. What was that new sound? Faintly breaking through the duller roar of firing, a gradual, steady crescendo. He rose quickly, crossed again to the windows, and stepped out on the balcony. Far down the darkness that filled the Place de Concorde, he could hear a new rumbling, resounding faintly through the sleeping streets. Eagerly, Gallieni leaned over the balustrade and strained his eyes in the direction from which it came. Louder, louder, louder it was growing. Now he could make out tiny specks of blackness there against the blue of night. Scores, hundreds, thousands of them moving in from side streets, joining the mighty stream that filled the boulevard from curb to curb, a clanking, singing, shouting horde moving irresistibly through the night toward that blazing eastern sky. Gallieni drew up to a soldier's salute, but the cry of exultation froze on his lips. In the street below him, riding at the head of that long line of taxicabs, was a girl, clad in silver armor, mounted on a pure white horse, fluttering above her head a battle pennon with a golden fleur-de-lis. Under his balcony she stopped and looked up at him with soft, wide eyes, eyes that looked at Gallieni and beyond him. My child, from Dom Remy, mon général. Yes, from Dom Remy, out of Lorraine, beside the lady's tree, shall come a maid, savior of France. Joan, Joan, Joan! French historians said that General Gallieni, military governor of Paris, saved Paris from the German advance when he sent the 62nd Division to General Manoury's aid on the banks of the Ourcq in taxicabs. The historians said he did it on his own initiative. But do you believe in ghosts? Do you?